I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
They're watching Rezero, Season 3, Episode 4. Last episode, Amelie was taken to be wed by Corneus. Last episode, we learned that Garf's mother was Garf's mother. Last episode, we learned of the question of a witch's remains being buried under the city, and we don't know who. Will we find out? Will we find out if Otto's safe?
These are the questions.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Jesus. Has to have been from Lust, right?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Like, really strong. Oof, thank you,
You have
Mimi.
a mission. Holy shit! We're getting fights this season, Anna. What the fuck? There's no way.
You would think out of anyone, she would have found out that secret.
Shiritaka.
That's, I mean, that is a fair point.
Interesting.
But that's a story. $50 years ago. Okay, where's he at? What's he doing?
Come on, Julie. Do you see the blood?
No! Oh no. Mimi got hurt.
Mimi and Garf.
What was that, like, aura that we saw?
We've been given like 3 cliffhangers in the first 5 minutes.
Isn't closing.
Because of what it was inflicted with?
We recognize it.
What the fuck?
Is that like a saw? Like a chainsaw?
They wouldn't do anything to him off screen.
No way to move them.
Good question, Krush.
Like they're really heavy? That
It
might
does
be
look
Typhon.
like Typhon. There's green hair. Yeah. Was it to save Garf, you think?
Hmm. It doesn't feel good to hear that. He still feels responsible.
Oh, I love the fighting. Oh. What? Oh!
Ino's trying to run away. It's familiar to him. Divine protection of the death god.
That's why it feels the worst. Oh.
Greed doesn't plan on hurting her.
Or so I'd like to say, but... Oh!
Oh.
Good shit, Subaru. Let's go, Krush. Probably not like prime Krush, but we're still Krush.
Natural talents
Oh!
have not diminished.
Let's go. Stupid me. I'm an idiot.
I bet he's awesome. Wait. He's prioritizing his mistress.
Yeah. Aww. Look at Julie, he's so happy.
Don't tell him your real name.
Aww. What?
Those were the bodies of the guards. I want to feel confident right now. I want to.
Let's go, Wilhelm.
Like, I know you. I've fought against you before. Type vibe.
Oh!
With his teeth! Break his wrist.
Let's go!
He can just grow more arms.
Nice, Subaru.
Defending him. She's a dragon? No, she's on the dragon. It can't be a dragon.
It seems like it's coming from the dragon.
Good job. What a shot! Ethereal.
What?
The voice acting is too good. I'll be going back inside. So we have like...
Free periods over again?
Let's go.
Are we going right to the top? Oh, shit! That's gonna hurt to land on.
Oh, but okay. But the legs still.
Oh!
No. Yep. Keep face. When the Wii, there's multiple gluttony?
No fucking duh.
Don't have
Fuck
a very
you.
good memory. We are. There's multiple. Roy.
Think there's an after credit?
Possibly.
Who do you think Wilhelm's fighting?
Do I think he's fighting?
Do you think
Between
there's anything
the two?
there?
Oh, like, I think he knows the wound that happened to Mimi. I think as soon as he locked swords with one of those witches cult members, it was like he recognized the sword fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of scares me if this idea of like, oh, this could have been a girl that was in the royal family 50 years ago, you know, like, and then what this person could have been before becoming a witch's cult member. It could be someone that he fought alongside with,
Yeah.
even.
ああ、目覚めたみたいだね。自己紹介の前に大事な質問に答えてほしい。エミリア、君は少女かな？それだけは本当に大事なことだからさ。
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
Okay, that was Rezero, Season 3, Episode 4. Fuck Corneus.
That ending, it was unnecessary to do that to me. As soon as she woke up and the viewer could tell, even maybe before she could, that I didn't see her clothes on, I was like, fuck. I was like, immediately no. And then he walks in and what he says, like, he gives us this idea that he wants, like, the pretty faces. And I guess I kind of was wondering what exactly about Amelia he was drawn to. And it was so easy to grasp at the idea of, like, oh, maybe her significance in this story is why he would be drawn to her. Like, oh, well, you know, Betelgeuse, you know, the gospel, something about her possibly being a good vessel, like, oh, because of her significance to the witches cult and to the story, that's why he would see her as somewhat of like a trophy wife, if you will. But it seems like he's so much more focused not only on beauty, but other aspects, like her being a virgin.
Yeah, which is great. I love it. That's so
Great.
cool, man.
Thank you so much. We really appreciated that after credit scene.
I
And
feel like
because it's what we're talking about.
we
now.
had so many instances of like cliffhangers in that episode.
So many. And it has to be because everything's so scattered. There's so many different players that it has to feel like, wait, why of course we have to leave this place that we're at even though we don't want to because there's other shit going on somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which almost mimics the feelings of like repetition of restarting lives and return by death, like skipping around, like, oh wait, which lifetime path is the one that ends up being the final one? That sort of chaos that's within the brain of the viewer, like through like the first season even, is kind of mimicked by the fact that all of our people are so scattered within the city and all the villains are so scattered and there's so many different points that we could latch onto that aren't even re-lives, like restarting of lives. It's all just different motives, different people, different villains, people in different situations, emotionally, physically, and I'm just being pulled so many places.
Yeah, same here. I have been trying to pull up episode 20 of season 1, but it seems like on ReZero on Crunchyroll they only have the director's cut now. So I think it's episode 11, the director's cut, that we get introduced to to Wilhelm's wife, who had died, Master Swordsman Teresa of Austria. That's who I'm worried that this person is. It's obvious that Wilhelm is recognizing something, whether... Sorry. It's obviously Wilhelm's recognizing something, whether it's like the sword style or the wounds that are being inflicted to Mimi, or there's something off that Wilhelm is observing, and I can't question anything being out of reality or possibility when we're getting somebody who looks a lot like Fortuna to be serious, you know?
And not only that, but then what we get with the idea of, I'm going to use the first name because she uses multiple names, the Sin Archbishop of Lust, Capella.
Yeah.
With the idea that, well, there was someone with Luganica as their last name, with the like royal family with that middle name attached, but that was like 50 years ago, you know, and everyone from the royal family, like, aren't they all like gone, you know? And with that idea, it's like, oh, well, if we're starting to see glimpses of like people almost being like recreate new versions of themselves, maybe that Capella edition is literally like it's the same person but some warped witches cult version, and that's why we added a name instead of like Sirius possibly got a new name if we're still going with the theory about Fortuna, and then this Capella is that person from 50 years ago but added the Capella once becoming a member of the witches cult and the Sin Archbishop.
I think it would be pretty fucking sick if it unfortunately was Wilhelm's wife, because he has already come to terms with her passing and then defeated the whale, and that led him to actually say goodbye and get over it. So I think emotionally it would still suck, but I think it could be like a crazy like pull if that was Teresia.
It's because of what's happening with the Von Astria family. Even within this episode itself, like
With Felt and
Felt and Henkel,
yeah.
what is he doing? Like, bro, like he's not even prioritizing his mistress here. Like, what is he even doing? He's just trying to mess with his son, and God, to have their family so on display here in this season, it definitely could lend to something even more fucked up, like the body or characteristics of your dead wife being reanimated and under control of the witch's cult.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's at least someone that Wilhelm has either fought alongside before. It gives so much like there's so much of like
true.
recognizing of both the divine protection of the death god. Yeah. Both the divine protection power and the sword fighting is so familiar to him. Is the sword similar to the one that she uses?
So I'm not only trying to look for that, I'm also trying to see if they ever sparred and there was like a direct comparison to like shot to shot of, you know, where we see here. Look, her sword is there. It looks like it's yellow with the black hilt. It might be a different sword. I wouldn't be surprised.
Are we sure that that's not his on the ground in that scene?
Oh, I think
because doesn't she
right.
come to save him? Yeah.
Let's see. I still don't know who the guy would be with multiple arms.
When we were talking, it's probably just shown to us as silver with gold.
Yeah.
And not super detailed.
I think it'd be too hard to identify. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It could be. No?
It could be, but then her divine protection, I feel like in my theorizing, I would feel like it would be similar. I feel like she'd just have similar powers to that of Reinhard.
Yeah. I don't know. Like even going back here, think about how much it writes itself. 32 minutes in, or 37 minutes, 28 seconds into the episode 11 director's cut. Sleep for all eternity to the white whale. Then we get a glimpse of her too. I don't know.
There's so much fucky stuff going on with memories and mind control, brainwashing. The media is slowly chipping away.
Hey, we got Typhon like confirmed to be the body under the city.
Okay, so yeah, let's bring up the things that we actually have clarification on.
Yeah, like, and it seems like
ground.
if we remove Typhon's remains, then the entire city will collapse akin to the last time that it was used to trap her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's potentially out of the question unless we can get everybody evacuated first.
True. I do wonder, obviously we've interacted with Typhon before, Subaru has. What cool things we could have happen with that, the possible interaction, whether within the reality field or within kind of like dreamscape, different reality like the Tea Party, in terms of like interacting with Typhon. Maybe even having Typhon's help. Like Typhon, doesn't she like kind of defend and stick up for Subaru a bit? Like she seems to have some sort of like care for Subaru.
Yeah. I wonder if if we will have some interactions with Typhon here then. Do you think we would?
I think it's possible. Like
trials?
Mean, they all exist within, I don't know about trials, but it could be as simple as once we've set the remains free at the end of the day, we get some sort of like thank you. I don't know, like some sort of like message received through the mind or the soul, and not like so literally like in the Tea Party garden we're transported to a different place, because obviously all the witches exist within this garden, but maybe it's a different way to go back to the garden. I'm not sure. It's a hard place to get to.
I'm bringing up the actual Typhon conversation here from episode 34. So we see her kicking her feet in her chair. It's very rude, you know. I want to know if we get any like lines of dialogue or any like I just like more personality thinking about it if we are gonna see her again. Kidna told you, didn't she? Baru. Are you a bad guy? I've wondered about that this whole time. You want me to hold it? There's something I want to ask. Interesting, right?
I mean, they have an interesting relationship in itself with when Pedalgeese first meets Subaru, he thinks that he's Pride. He thinks he's the Sin Archbishop of Pride. And this is pride.
Yeah, so let's replay what we just saw. Sin can only be repaid with pain. Huh? Oh, if you don't feel pain, you must not be a bad guy. If you make too much noise, Kidna's gonna hate you. Damn you. Give it back. Sin will become a wedge that allows no escape.
She's the punisher of sin.
So you see yourself as a sinner, even though you're not a bad guy. You have such a good heart. You poor thing. Well, that's all Typhon came here for. That leaves. That's really all we get from Typhon, I feel
Except for, like, just all of the witches interacting
at the tea
upon
party.
scenes with Satella entering the tea party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess just we have question marks. We have confirmation that it's Typhon, but we just have question marks in terms of, like, will there be any sort of interaction with Typhon in any way, or with Subaru?
Yeah.
Will there be any sort of flashbacks to the past, to the trapping and killing of Typhon? What do the witches cult even want with a body that we're being told can't be moved without, grave disaster befalling the city?
It's a great question.
Will we be able to evacuate everyone? What's gonna happen? Basically, all the questions end with, like, what's gonna happen? And
I don't know.
That can only be solved by continuing to watch the show. So I guess we can move on to a different topic.
Garf being plagued by the Bowel Hunter still is so interesting for him, and I wonder at what point he'll be able to break past it.
It's a fun play on, well, it's not fun, but it's a fun play on how we have the ideas of actual manipulation of thought, mind, and memory and sensation, and then the realistic cases, as it seems like possibly what is befalling Garf is the realistic case of, like, you are your own worst enemy, like your own insecurities eating at you, and not some sort of mind control or brainwashing. So it is a fun kind of play that both can be a part of the conversation. I did think that Garf almost reminded me of Subaru and the position that he's in within this episode. When we get his reaction to turning around and seeing that in his arms is Mimi injured, it almost felt like every time Subaru's in that point of watching someone die in front of him or get hurt. And this felt like almost one of the first moments that one of the other characters had such a highlight on their own reaction to someone else getting injured or hurt. Other than when we got the what was it, like the present that the impossible present or something, the second trial with Echidna, where we see what those paths could have ended up being after Subaru's death, and how people would still be there and they'd be grieving him.
Subaru didn't choose to go directly towards Amelia, and that is something that I want to highlight. Obviously, we get it later on in the episode where Al goes off to his own party to, like, rightfully go after the person that he's supposed to be protecting. But I love that growth for Subaru. I love the development because, like, we see it through Julie, like what the expectation almost would have been, what the assumption would have been, and then how Subaru has enough knowledge now and experience that he knows what steps he needs to take to do this correctly.
And it's not just it's like the emotions that are on their faces, not just Julie, but Anastasia and other people in that room, Krush. It isn't just them assuming and anticipating a certain response from him. There is what Krush then says later of, I'm reassured to have you. That is on their faces as well. They want Subaru to not choose Amelia here.
Yeah.
They look at him and they're like, you are this special ingredient to us being able to actually solve whatever problems we're to face. Like, they see him as that now, and we know that he is, and it's great that he's appreciated. But the little sweat droplets on their face is, please say that you're gonna help us. And he does. And obviously he gets that funny little interaction with Al, and not only do we get a funny little interaction, Al gives us
don't say your name to Gluttony, but, like, it's so,
like, what do you know, Al?
Yeah,
why do you know for sure? Like, why do you know these things?
Well, also with just what happened to Rem, like, it's I don't know how you can keep cool. Like, he's been doing a good job so far, but in the face of that, like, he's seeing all the, like, just flashes to Rem and her laying in bed and not being able to do anything. And how do you remain cool and composed during that?
Right. So what is the situation we're at right now? We were facing a dragon and two sword wielding foes, and now one of Gluttony comes out on the roof. We don't have Betty with us. Our parties are even more split up than they maybe previously
We
were.
have Krush, and Krush is retrained under Wilhelm, which is very, nice
Natural
to know.
talents have not diminished.
Exactly.
We're fine here. And obviously Julie got this really awesome shot. Julius, he's only Julie when he's like away from work, basically.
Yeah.
That's his like
That's his free period.
clock out, I'm like, I'm not working anymore. That's his free period name. Yeah. We got this awesome shot of him, like this backwards kind of him looking up to like the dragon up in the tower.
After Subaru's distraction.
Yes, it was a really great shot. I appreciated it. It gave him the glory that he deserves in that moment. So that's a pretty strong team of 3. I like it. I'm a fan of that. But I still am nervous.
I'm not. We have Krush. We'll be fine.
Otto, Kiritaka, Otto wasn't with you? Where's Otto? There's multiple of Gluttony, and Otto is alone, possibly facing one of them.
I trust Otto. They wouldn't kill him off screen. They wouldn't kill him off screen. They could potentially suspend him in a coma-like state, and that should not happen, but we'll see.
He has a divine protection in himself, which then we can talk about some of the other divine protections that we got introduced to in this episode.
Yeah.
Mainly Mimi, Tivi, and Hetero have one as well, of like the sharing in the wounds. And now that I think about it, it's kind of messed up to have like Mimi's storyline meeting the Garf storyline, because like Mimi's telling us about her mom, and it seems like her mom actually didn't want them because they were triplets, and Garf in season 2 is really having to fight with the idea of like, did my mom leave us and didn't want us, and now I'm seeing her and I know that she did want us, but she doesn't remember she did, and now she has more kids. So that's some like great kind of combination of events in their pasts coming together for them to forge a lovely bond. Hopefully Mimi heals.
Yeah.
But I am nervous.
It seems like Mimi will be fine, but But it
takes people off of the battlefield for now.
Definitely.
People that I feel like are very useful. Like, Mimi was very good in fighting against the white whale. You know what I mean? Like, Betty obviously is incredibly strong. Otto is incredibly helpful, especially when Subaru gets to... Otto's, like, main thing that he's helpful about, other than being the person that Roswaal couldn't foresee the existence of, is that he is a good friend to Subaru. He's someone for Subaru to talk to. And Subaru not necessarily having that person to, like, talk about plans and tactics with has me like, oh,
he's strong enough. Perfect. He's strong enough alone right now, unless that's the thing that he's about to be pushed over because of the interaction with Gluttony, and then we see Otto, and then that would be the reaffirmation. I could see that as well, but
I'm nervous.
All right, you good? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We hope to see you next time.